And today, on this very grey morning, we're going to be taking up this. This is the JJRC Baby Elfie. Alright, before we go any further, let's have a little look at this. So as we can see, the Baby Elfie has the shape and the form of the first Elfie that they released. It's a lot smaller though, but it still has that very pronounced rectangular shape. To the front we have a 720p camera with two bright LEDs. Towards the back we have two bright LEDs again. On the underside we have rubber bungs with a battery that just slots in to connect, and then we have four pull-out propellers on four little motor arms that just pop out. And that's her. She's very small, very compact. I'm hoping she's going to be as good as the original Elfie, which I didn't think was that good at the time, if memory serves, but I did think was much better when I came to fly it a few months after. Even if it's not as good as that, it should be better, or at least equal to the Elfie Plus. Now, with this today, we're going to be taking her up. We're going to try out the transmitter that comes with her, and then once we have tested this out, we're going to bring her back down, whack her on the smartphone, take her back up, see if we can get a little bit of video, test this camera out a little bit, and see exactly how good that does. So with that, folks, let's get to the mat. Let's set this. Okay, so on as much level ground as we can possibly find from a field here. There we are. That's pretty level actually. I'm going to turn this guy on. Turn on the transmitter and then single one up and one down to bind. Now once we've done that, usually there is a calibration method with all quadcopters for the gyro. It's exactly the same with this one, and it is this particular button here. So if you click and hold that for about 3 seconds, then you'll notice the quadcopter starts to flash. There we are, the gyro is now totally calibrated. Now one key takeoff is just a click down of this analog stick here. So what we're going to do is click down, the motors will start, and then I'm going to push up, and then we should then be taking to the air. So with that, folks, let's take this guy up. With this gravity sensing transmitter, it is very important to keep your hand as still as possible when you take off, because otherwise you are going to be all over the place. And, oh, it takes a little while to get used to. That can't be the battery already, surely. I did fully charge this. Okay, so back to speed mode 1. Let's see if we can get as much time out of this as possible. So, yeah, as I was saying, gravity sensing transmitter. Oh, it's landed. That's the battery. Lucky I've got another one with me, eh? Alright, so let's take this out. Let's turn that off then. That was ridiculously short for the first battery. I do hope this isn't a shape of things to come, folks. Please say I put the other one in. Yes, I did. Okay, let's click that in. Let's turn that on, usual way, and then one of the landing sprigs has just fallen off as well. I'm not going to be worrying about putting that back on. They are pretty useless. Okay, come on, calibrate. There we are, fine. Right then, let's take her up again. That's better, we're not flashing there. So as I was saying, keep your hand as still as possible. Okay, let's put him into speed mode 2 just so I've got a little bit of power to get around this little bit of breeze that we've got here today. The breeze that we've got is 4 miles an hour, gusting to 6. So not great for these little drones, but hopefully we should have enough power in this little guy just to cut through it. Now with these gravity sensing transmitters, as I was trying to say before, the battery very rudely decided to give out on the first flight. So yeah, you've got to keep your hand as still as possible, and then from that you've then got to ensure that every single movement you make, you're making, and you know exactly what you're trying to do. So if you want to pitch forward, then you just push your hand forward, bend at the wrist, push it forward, and then the quadcopter bends forward and actually pushes forward like that. Likewise, if you want to stop, you level your hand. That sometimes takes a little bit of doing, but then once you've leveled, then you can pitch forward again if you want to then go forward. Likewise, you can give a bit of negative pitch if you wanted to go backwards. You can give a little bit of... Oh, no way. Seriously? That can't be the battery on this one as well. Okay, let's try again then. Let's This isn't going too well, folks. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. If this is the battery, then I am... let's try and take it back up again before I put it on the smartphone. And let's see. So let's calibrate her again. This isn't going too well, folks. And then, let's take her up. Okay, yeah, that seems to be fine. Why did it do that? That is very bizarre. Okay, fine. So, yeah, as I say, you've got to make sure your movements are very, very precise. Otherwise, you could end up flying all over the place. Because there is a bit of a learning curve with these gravity sensing transmitters. And to be honest, I think they're great fun. So this is speed mode 3. Little bit of... no, sorry, that was speed mode 2. This is speed mode 3. So a little bit of fun with this. You really can. Oh, he's shifting. I'm sure getting blown by this little breeze isn't helping either. So there we are, back to speed mode 1, into speed mode 2 then. Speed mode 2 is just enough where we can cut through this breeze. But yet at the same time, it isn't going to chew through that battery. Now, because I'm very concerned about this battery, because the first one's gone through... oh, fair play. He's riding that breeze going backwards, lovely. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this guy down and we're going to take him back up using the smartphone app and seeing then if we can get a little bit of video from this guy as well. So let's take him down. Okay, let's put him back on top of here. Let's turn him off. There we are. Let's put away that transmitter. I want to get a few shots from this camera. I want to have a little look and see what it is that we are in fact trying to do here. I mean, this is a selfie quadcopter. I would like to take a few selfies with it just to see exactly how viable it is as a selfie quadcopter. There we are. It's connected to JJRC. Once again, it's an open network, same as you get with most of these toy grade quadcopters. If you have the option in the app to change the SSID and password for a secure one, I most certainly would take that. Okay, let's get the screen recording. 3, 2, 1. We've just got video relay. That looks quite good, doesn't it? There we are. We certainly have got something there. Let's put it on to 60%. Let's turn on the transmitter. Let's turn on the altitude hold. Let's take her up. And let's see how well... ooh, that's a little bit difficult to control compared to how solid the transmitter is. It really is quite difficult to control by this. Okay, so I'm going to do, to make it a little bit easier. Oh wow, he's all over the place. Come back to me, little fella. Come on. Yeah, this is very difficult. Okay, what I'm going to do, because the breeze has died down, is put you on 30, so your movements aren't as... oh, he can't cut through this... yeah, he is, alright, okay, give him a little bit of... give him a second, that's it, I'm flat down, look at that. At 30%. Okay, let's stop you, let's bring you up, let's hold you a little bit there, let's give you a little bit of yaw, turn you around slightly. Okay, let's take a few photos. This thing is really giving me the business there when it comes to controlling him. He really isn't letting me do a lot. He seems very unresponsive to the smartphone and then very responsive. Okay, so the video is coming out. It's just black. Now I'm sure, you know, obviously that is a lot to do with the fact that it's quite bright here today, and that is everything to do with why this is coming out like this. But at the same time, would be quite nice to get a little bit of video which wasn't black. So okay, come on fella. Oh, I think he's out of Wi-Fi range. No, I still got him. Come on. That's it. Now I got control of him. Now he's spiraling. What the absolute hell? Absolute perfect quadcopter on transmitter. And then you put him on smartphone and he goes to absolute hell. Come on, let's take you back down. Come on, I'm within range now, you absolute nut. Come on, forward. There we go. So I would say, going from this that if you're going to control this guy, control him via the transmitter. Come on. Because this is an absolute nightmare. There we are, battery's down, he's going down, he's landed. There we go. Do you know what? Good God, that was an absolute uphill struggle. Whew. Yeah, that. Wow, I hadn't expected that to be so vastly different. Usually smartphone controls aren't brilliant, but you know exactly what they're trying to do. You can control them without any issue. And yeah, I thought it was going to be exactly the same for this guy. But every single thing that I tried to do with this, just to bring him forward, just to reverse controls when I was standing in front of him, just to bring him towards me and hold him so I could take a few snaps. We had no breeze. I mean, I don't know if you can see the grass now. Grass isn't moving at all. We had absolutely no breeze, and this guy was just being buffeted about the place left, right and centre. Yeah, wow. Transmitter flies really, really well. Flies really well. I had no idea. I did not expect this guy to fly as badly as it did on the smartphone. Now, a lot of you are going to probably say, yeah, well, smartphone controls are terrible. They are, but that isn't an excuse for a quadcopter to fly badly. Now, the JJRC app I know works well. I've used it with a lot of different quadcopters and I haven't had a problem with it. So it's a little bit strange that this guy is just so unbelievably difficult to control it. He was all over the place. Via the transmitter though, absolutely no problem whatsoever. A beautiful little flight, held his altitude well, 3 different speed modes, went through those without any issue. It's only a shame you can't get the video to record via the transmitter, because otherwise that would have been a great little flight, you know, having everything recording, leaving your smartphone in your pocket and just recording the video from it, you know, with the analog sticks turned off. That would have been great, but unfortunately that wasn't to be. So there we are, folks. I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.